me ducks, it's Simon here. How are we all doing? I'm just turning off my emails because they're going to ping and interrupt. I thought I'd done that, so just bear with me. Quit. Okay, that will stop those loud pings that everybody's like, oh, that made me jump. So how are we all doing today? It's good to see everybody as usual. 45 people in and waiting. So let's see who we've got to say hello to. Rob was the first one in. Wow, an hour and a half ago, Rob. 4 o'clock. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Simon. I had nothing to do. Already tuned into the cave. That can't go wrong anymore. Well, that's dedication. Nice to see you. And then we've got our Chris. Hi, Chris, Caroline, Jackie, Sandra, Donna, Stacy, Forest for the Trees, and Caroline. Hello, Caroline. And did I say Jackie? I did say Jackie. Yeah, hi, Jackie. And then we've got Nancy, Kim, Kristen, Tycon, Regina, Debbie, Nancy, Deanne. Hello, Deanne. And who else have we got? MA. Hi, MA. And Jeff. Hello, Jeff. How lovely to see you. Nice to be back in the cave. It's nice to have you back with us. How's things? Diane is here. Hello, Diane. And Kim, the other Kim, Regina, Lena, Jennifer, Rebecca, Patrice. Hello, Patrice. Susie Snoo, Laurie, and Betsy, and Susan. Hello, Susan. And Susie. Far out shirt, Simon. Thank you. Who else have we got? Penelope, Ness, hello Ness, Crooks Nook, and Heather, Meg, Richard, hello Richard, and Maharet. Try not to miss anybody. I always feel really conscious I'm going to miss someone. We've got Anne, the lovely Anne, and Liminal Lark, and Raven Glands, Carla, Butterfly, Conrad. Wow, there's so many lovely old friends stopping by today. It's lovely to see you all. How are you, Conrad? And Jamie's here, the lovely, lovely Jamie. And yeah, Kim, another Kim. Lovely to see everybody. Have I missed anybody? Lisa and Leanne, and I think we've caught up. So how are we doing? Firstly, I just want to say thank you to our Chris from Elemental Cartomancy, who stepped in again at very short notice to do QuaranStream for me yesterday. QuaranStream number 69. He was straight there and offering to help. And thank you to everybody as well who sent me messages. Because I put that it was a medical appointment, I should have perhaps explained, because I'm not ill. I received confirmation late yesterday morning, that I was eligible to go and get the first Oxford AstraZeneca COVID jab. So, and the appointment was in the evening after work. So I knew that it was almost an hour's drive each way to get there and back, and I would probably been able to have done like the first 10 minutes of QuaranStream, but you know, I couldn't have done it. So by the time I got home and settled last night, it was really late. And yeah, today I thought I was doing all right because some other colleagues at another specialist place had been for theirs. And a friend of mine, well, you all know Tim, whose partner makes, you know, the amazing boxes and this staff and everything else. He had his, and the next day he felt like he'd been hit by a truck. A friend, Rachel, of mine, was in bed, and you know, a couple of my sister, she works in a dementia home. She's having Shield at the moment, but some of her colleagues had it and felt like they'd got flu and was really poorly. So she was really worried about it. I woke up this morning thinking, wow, I'm one of the lucky ones. You know, I feel great. And then from about 2 o'clock, my energy levels have just completely, by what feels like by the minute, I'm losing more and more energy. And I feel like I could sleep for a month. But other than that, and that's a small price to pay, let's be honest. Other than that, I feel fine. I've got no aches, shivers, or anything. I just feel drained, completely drained. But as I said, it's a small price to pay. We've got Tarot Tats and Tea with Elaine. Nice to see you, Elaine. I hope everyone is doing well. Lucky getting the jab, Simon. Looks like it'll be a long way. I feel very lucky because I feel like I've in some ways jumped the queue. When I look at other people who need to have it, but it's almost a requirement for us because of we work with people who are clinically extremely vulnerable. So therefore, yes, of course, it's to protect us, but it's also to protect others. So I feel quite duty bound as well. So that's why we're having it as well at the moment. And they're really trying to push through care workers and people who work in health and social care. Jamie says, I felt like that for about 5 days after the second booster. Well, we have to have ours 12 weeks apart. So my second booster isn't until 22nd of April. And that's with the Oxford AstraZeneca one, which is showing to have really, really good results. So I'm just checking, see if I've missed anything else. It's been Laurie's been for a power walk. That sounds great. And yeah, Debbie's saying the second shot did that to me. But yeah, seriously, I appreciate the love, but don't be concerned about me because I'm in really good health. So it's just, you know, sometimes even if I'd had a really tough day at work, I would feel like I'm feeling now, you know, where you just kind of want to sleep. So I'll probably have a bit of an early night, might watch Chris's live in bed and just, you know, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. And I'm working from home tomorrow, so all is good. So yes, thank you, Chris, for stepping in and doing QuaranStream. I'm going to watch that when I have my dinner tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I heard that it went really well and the deck was interesting. I know you'd messaged me to say, should I show it? And I think you did show it. So yeah, I'll look forward to watching QuaranStream from last night back. And if anybody else couldn't make it last night, then Elemental Cartomancy, if one of the mods would put a link in, QuaranStream did happen yesterday over on Chris's channel. My sister said there's a theory, if you had COVID, first shot hits you hard. If you haven't had COVID, second shot hits you worse. Not sure if that's science-based, just first-hand observations in clinics. That's interesting. Well, I've not had it as far as I know, although I was ill this time last year and I did end up going to, because I'd been coughing and it was awful. You probably remember my snotty videos and things. And I ended up having to go to a walk-in centre in the middle of February, well, towards the end of February. So I've had this for about 2 months. I just can't shake it. And the only questions they asked you back then was, have you travelled abroad to any of these countries? Because they were just starting to hear about here the impact of COVID. So I don't think I've had it, unless that was it. And as I say, I'm tested weekly now, and they've come back negative every time, thankfully. So, but of course, we're not properly vaccinated until you've had your second in 12 weeks. So I still have to be tested every week. I still have to wear my masks and my gloves and everything else. So, so yeah. Oh, Carla, you ordered the Moonlight Oracle today. How did you do it? Did you do it through Make Playing Cards? That's really cool. I love the Moonlight Oracle, and of course, we'll pull a card from it at the end. Not liking the sound of this jab, but we'll still have it. It's worth it. It's worth it. You know, even if I spent today in bed, it would be worth it. So, Sorcia's partner had the injection yesterday. Anyone who gets the vaccine deserves one. That's true. It's true. But you just, you know, look at some people around me who have, you know, lots of underlying health conditions, and they've still not had it yet. Susan gets hers next week. And yeah, and yesterday we crossed a landmark number. You know, we just went past the 10 million vaccines issued, first vaccines issued. Yes, good that I'm working. Who's Chris? So Laurie, this is Chris from Elemental Cartomancy. I don't know if anybody's put a link in. Scroll down. I think Justin, if I press it, let me just double check. Yes. So Justin has put a link to the channel, and Sandra's also put a link to QuaranStream. So you've got both options there. If you look below or above now for you, because I'm back in time. Sandra's put a link to QuaranStream from yesterday, and Justin has put a link to the channel. But also, if you look at my channel, I did an announcement yesterday on the community bit saying I can't make it today, and I put a link to it as well, and also in the Hermes Cave Facebook group. So I'll always let people know ahead of time. Let me just make sure I've not missed any other. Chris did a great job. I have no doubt whatsoever that Chris did a great job. I know it's always in really good hands. I put a link. Yeah, I clicked on it. I saw that you'd done that. So drinks, have we all got a drink? I've got a cold brew tonight, cold brew coffee, because I don't know, that's another thing. I feel really warm, and that's why I'm wearing a t-shirt today. But I thought I'd show it you because I was explaining this when I had my chat with Kelly Bear on Saturday. So it's Califia is the brand, and it's cold brew coffee, but it's made with almond milk. It's also vegan and dairy free, so people who are vegan can enjoy it, but it's really, really nice. And they do like a latte one, they do a mocha, and then they just do like just a cold brew coffee, black coffee. So it's really nice and refreshing. Hot tea here for Butterfly Magic with hot tea. There's a surprise. Butterfly Magic with hot tea is drinking hot tea. I watched your walkthrough earlier and liked how you described the cards. Oh, has Elaine done a walkthrough? That'll be nice. I just want to kind of have my tea after this and just, you know, just kind of relax and watch walkthroughs and the lives later and stuff, and just, yeah, not be bothered by anything. You know how you get sometimes. Blackcurrant tea. Wow, that sounds nice. Looks very nice. It is. What? Justin has morphine and soda. Are you back? Are you unwell again, Justin? I love those cold brew coffees. Do you buy them, Isabel? They're lovely, aren't they? They're a little bit expensive, but I think they're worth it. I think they're worth it. Hi, Emily. Great to have for van life when the gas is out. Off to make house calls. Okay, speak to you later, Jamie. Thanks for being here, Simon. Thank you for being here. You guys make it. Also, just water here. I've had enough for coffee for one day, says Susie Snoo. I probably have, but What else have we got? I'm seeing loads of messages popping up on my screen, and I'm trying not to get distracted by it, but because I can't turn them off, and I'm looking at my iPad chat. Hi, Elaine, coffee and a blanket. It's an old joke. Oh, what, the morphine bit? So Caroline says, if anyone has severe allergies or uses EpiPens, must be careful getting the vaccine. They need to wait. Well, I don't know. I would take the advice of your local general practitioner. Speak to your GP and your doctor. They will know exactly what to do, because my mum's had hers and she's on so much medication. Simon, it's a walkthrough of the Bright Future you did the other day. Oh, Elaine, you've got the Bright Future. I love it. It's made its way into my little cubby here, so that, look at that Queen of Cups. It's absolutely wonderful tarot. Chris also, again, Chris, who did the QuaranStream for us last night, he did a walkthrough of it as well. And set it as a premiere, and it was lovely just to sit and chat about it with a group of people. So yeah, that was nice. So definitely going to watch that, Elaine. Can't wait to hear your views. I love it when I've got a deck that I really enjoy and really like, and then I like watching other people's reviews of it to see if we share similar thoughts about the cards. So I'm off the wagon, God forbid, or you've given up the morphine, have you, Justin? Simon, Sainsbury's sometimes do offers on big bottles. Well, at the moment in Tesco, if you use your club card, you can get this for £2 rather than £2.50. I've noticed one time you used to get bog offs, didn't you? Buy one, get one free, or buy one, get second one half price. Tesco don't do that now. They want people to use their club card. So now you get a price that you pay, or a reduced price if you're using your club card. It's quite clever how they're doing that. Sorry, guys, I had to jump off and get my dinner. Or you've missed me complimenting you then, Chris. I just said thank you for last night, and how I'm looking forward to watching your QuaranStream back later. We missed you, pal. Let me look for capitals or my name tagged, so I'm not too far behind. It is beautiful, Simon. Thank you. Oh, good. At least I kind of know then that I'm not going to tune in and be like, what is this? My Lumina Tarot French version from Amazon arrived yesterday. Yeah, so I watched Lisa from Mindful Tarot do her walkthrough of it, and obviously, I mean, I've got 2 copies of the indie version, so I won't get it, but it's interesting to know that there is a mass market edition out there. I just wish they, if they can produce it in French, why can't they do one in English? Tesco keep making me buy chocolate because of the club card offer. But that's the power of marketing, isn't it? Back in the days when you could get bog offs, we would buy the most random things just because you could get one free. What I did do once, and it was when food banks were first kind of becoming popular. That's a terrible word. But when food banks first started like appearing, and more of them were probably about 15, 16 years ago now, I decided every time I got something that was buy one, get one free, the free one would go to the food bank. And then I suggested it at work where I used to work, and it really caught on. We used to take loads of stuff to food banks because it was like, you know, we're all asked to support people, but this is actually free food. You know, it's not costing us anything. Simon, not wait getting the vaccine. Wait at the doctor's office before leaving the office to make sure you didn't get a bad reaction. Yeah, well, we had to do that anyway. Like last night, they said to me, "Are you driving?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Well, you must go and sit over there for at least 10 minutes before you can leave. If somebody was with you and was driving, then you could go. But because drove on my own, I had to wait. And that's why the whole process was quite a few hours last night. Thank goodness you returned, Richard. Have you been away? Hi, I'm back. Miss me? Yes, we missed you. Simon, I just got an Oreo shake delivered. It's delicious. Wow. That's quite decadent, having milkshakes delivered. Oh, dear. Nice one, Caroline. My favourite ever milkshake is coffee with salted caramel from Five Guys. I mean, they're like £5 something, but and they do a peanut butter one. But the coffee milkshake, because you can even have bacon in there from Five Guys, but you can mix your flavours, and the coffee with salted caramel together. Nicest milkshake. Anyway, it did give me a good laugh though. I love salted caramel. I missed what you were great on QuaranStream yesterday, but responsible for luring us into bringing the tone completely down at Becca's. Was he raucous? Was he being a bit raunchy? Simon, I just got Oreo. Oh yes, I read that. Burger King just delivered it. Wow, we live in strange times, don't we? HelloFresh, I've not heard of them. What's the name of the French deck? So it was the mass market version of the Lumina Tarot, which I showed, I think, at the beginning of last week as deck of the day. And now they've released it. It's out of print as an indie version, but it's been released on in France, mass market. And you can get it on the French Amazon, and somebody also said you can get it on the UK Amazon. So I'm not sure if you can get it on US Amazon, but people are getting it. So Burger King delivers. I have no idea. Hello, Ellie. Just sitting down after a very busy day. And Elaine's off to get her tea. Hopefully be back before the end. Love to all. Enjoy your tea. Right, shall we have our quote of the day? Let's have quote of the day. So let's pop that banner on and I will show you the quote. It is an easy one today, because the one I did the other day, like, was there ages and people weren't getting it. And I was like, maybe I should make it a bit easier. But this is a quote by Paula Abdul. And the quote is, "Keep the faith, don't lose your perseverance, and always trust your gut instinct." Keep the faith, don't lose your perseverance, and always trust your gut instinct. Any ideas? Looking at the chat. Oh, there's like a pregnant pause, and then they'll all start coming. Hierophant, Hyro, High Priestess, Simon, Five Guys, his great chocolate and peanut butter shake is my favourite. Oh, I'll try that. Chariot, Strength, Hermit, Diane. Diana's got it today. It is the Fool card. He was going to appear sooner or later, wasn't he? So the Fool card, let me put the quote back up so you can see it in context now. Well, I can't fit the Fool card around it. So the Fool represents all that is new, doesn't it? New beginnings, new adventures, starting afresh, all that sort of thing. But we have to remember that the Fool is really unconventional. The Fool doesn't play by the rules, really. And if we think of the fools of olden times, like the court jester type fool, he was expected to not conform and, you know, be very childlike, very simple, entertain, but didn't have to fit into a particular mold. You know, yes, he was ridiculed. That was the kind of his job to entertain and make people laugh. But actually, he had the last laugh because he could basically do what he wanted. He didn't have to live by what people would expect for other people, particularly in kind of the royal households and things. The Fool came up in my morning reading today. So yeah, so the Fool reminds us really to be spontaneous, to be creative, but also to have that sort of explorer kind of blood within us, and to have faith. So like the quote says here, where is it? Put it up again. Keep the faith. You know, the Fool connects really with his inner child. He's an explorer. He has the faith in his kind of convictions and his abilities. But what he really does, and this is the bit about follow your gut instinct, because the Fool is somebody who is quite free-spirited, he relies on his gut as he's setting out upon his journey, rather than following any sort of rules or, you know, established sort of conventional ideas. So he's stepping out into the unknown, and when you step out into the unknown, one of the things you should really do is follow your gut instincts, and that is, you know, what the Fool embodies really. I didn't hear the quote buffered and jumped. I'll pop it up one more time. It's by Paula Abdul. Keep the faith, don't lose your perseverance, and always trust your gut instinct. So it's about, you know, the fact that the Fool is somebody that doesn't have to follow the conventional rules. Be spontaneous, creative, connect with your inner child, explore, have faith, follow your gut, and then, of course, you know, just step out into the unknown and be guided by your instinct. So that was today's quote. And yeah, I'll just say it was Diane who got that first. Quite a few people were saying Hierophant, which that was quite surprising, but that's what I love about doing quote of the day. Into the unknown. The perseverance bit threw me. But think about it. Think about it, Robin. Perseverance is exactly what the Fool needs. He makes his way all the way through the major arcana, facing every single obstacle, you know, and inherits the world at the end. So he does that journey. If one person needs perseverance, it's our Fool. Yes, what Chris said. Perseverance through dogs trying to drag you back, Robin, is just for me. I get, you know, in the Marseille Fool, that's kind of what Chris has said there about trying to drag them back. I get it. For me, here in the RWS Fool, the dog is just giving warning. You know, it's like, oh, hold on a minute, you're about to step off. Look where you're going. Always makes me think of a leap of faith. Yeah, stepping into the unknown, a leap of faith. But if you are the Fool and you think of the traditional Fool, then you're somebody who doesn't, you know, follow the same rules as everybody else, not conventional at all. And then if you're stepping into the unknown, you've got to rely on what's happening in here. So, hi Jojo, nice to see you and everybody else. There's 120 people here, so lovely to see everybody. So there's the dongs. I think it's time for deck of the day. So let's have our deck of the day. So this one is a classic, an absolute classic. And I was going to do this one on Tuesday before Al requested the soul cards. And wow, I've had so many messages from people saying that they've ordered the soul cards 1 and 2. So obviously, I tend to think, because I've worked with soul cards for almost 20 years, everybody knows about them. And what things like Throwback Thursday and Deck of the Day has done for me is, you know, just because we know about them, or certain people in the community know about them, we shouldn't assume that, you know, everybody knows about them. And old decks, especially if they're still available, we shouldn't be kind of left on the shelves. We should still talk about them and show them, because there's always going to be people out there who see them for the first time and think, wow, you know, like I did with something like the Llewellyn Tarot, for example. Had been out for years. Morgan Greer and Robin Wood and all those kind of decks. Moo wouldn't bark a cautionary warning. She'd pull me over. Hey, Zane. Good to see you. Yeah, so remember as well, I'm interviewing Zane in less than 48 hours now. I'm really looking forward to that. I had to finish up some cleaning while I was actually motivated to do it. Yeah, actually, you know, I said about feeling really with my energy levels, even though my eyelids are really heavy, talking to you and doing this, I'm actually feeling a little bit perkier. You're a good tonic for me, you guys. No purchases in February. Chance to self. Why, Richard? Why? Why are you doing that to yourself? I ordered them. Expected delivery on Sunday. What, both 1 and 2? We're all in different place in our tarot journey. That's absolutely true, Debbie. Soul cards were coming up as £30. I wonder if that's because everybody's buying them. Because the algorithms, Antoinette, really do work like that. You could look at a deck one day and it could be £15 or something. Then everybody starts buying them, and the next day they've doubled. So you tarot tubers are such a good tonic. That's so true. Absolutely, Deanne. Absolutely. Anyway, deck of the day today is a classic. It's very well known in the community, and it's one of my favorites. I do love it. And it is the Sasa Burrito Tarot. So I thought I'd show this because it still gets quite a bit of love. It's still one of those decks that people talk about. This is the very first edition, so it doesn't have the kind of guild blingy box. And this would have been 4 years ago now that I saw this, back in 2017. I just started my channel. In fact, it was, oh gosh, what was her name? Elise. Wild Moon Woman. Was that her name? Elise Wild Moon Woman. She converted to Christianity, and there was a whole thing in the community. But she showed it, and I used to talk to her quite a bit, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love this deck. And she sent me the link, and I ordered it straight away. Emily says, I love this deck. The suspense, says Deanne. Yes, the Sassy Burrito. So it's the Sasuribito, but it got nicknamed. I believe it was our Kelly Bear who tends to give decks nicknames. In one of Kelly Fitzgerald's chat, referred to it as the Sassy Burrito, and it kind of stuck. Susie adores this deck. Sandra still doesn't have this one. Wow. And Justin says it's been on my list for years. Emily says it's actually one of my favorite decks. And yes, that was her, says Woman Who Sees. Debbie says this might change after today, as in not having it. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh my gosh, what is it with today's chat for lots of old friends dropping by? We've got Donna now from Ozark Oracle. How are you, my lovely? We've had Jeff drop in, and oh, so nice to see people. I still don't have this Sassy Burrito. Yeah, so it's lovely to see everybody. Chris don't have it either. It's one I'm strongly drawn to, but maybe one day. We'll have to see how I feel about this live. Ellie loves it. Susan has done 2 readings with that deck this week. Wow. So, yeah. Anyway, 2-part box. Nice, sturdy box. This is the inside, which is really lovely. Put it into the microphone so you can hear how nice it is. That's the inside, which it's a butterfly, okay? A butterfly. But we don't look at the back of the box. All right, so these are the backs. They are glossy. I don't know if later editions, because I think this is like I'm on the 3rd or 4th edition now. I don't know if later editions they came in matte or anything. This is a deck where the gilding has really stood the test of time. It is really, really held up well. It is beautiful. Some golden that is metallic like this chips really easily, and this doesn't. And this deck has had some use over the last 4 years, so it's really held up well. Cardstock is okay. It's got that flexible core. It's not thin, but it's not thick either. It's quite nice. People have said it's ideal for riffle shuffling. Personally, as you know, I don't riffle shuffle, but even if I did, I don't think I'd do it with a gilded deck. So let's see what we've got. This is the standard kind of US Games size. And I think it's a little bit, just a tad. I mean, it's a hair's breadth, isn't it, on each side. So it's basically a standard tarot size. Lots of people have said the artwork is kind of manga-ish. It certainly has that vibe. But it's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So let's take a look. Here's our fool, and he's a very sort of wizened old fool with this huge bushy beard covering his nakedness. Love the magician. He's doing that sort of street entertaining type magician, you know, which cup is it under, and he's moving that fast with the cups. It appears that he's got like multiple arms and things, and one of them is holding a wand. The High Priestess is stunning. Look at the High Priestess card. The owl, trying not to get a glare. Really beautiful. Love the colour of the red sky. By Malamir. Empress. There is nudity in this deck, but, you know, doesn't bother me at all. She's very sort of one with the earth. The Emperor is really interesting. It's a very modern Emperor. It's just, you know, kind of like a very close up. You can't see his face or anything like that, but man in a suit. But he's got like a bracelet on, like a modern bracelet. But with his hands, he seems like an older gentleman. He's smoking. I need some more cold brew coffee. Just bear with. Look, Donna, just for you. Almond milk. They've been out milking those almonds. I do love this deck. This has reminded me to finally get it. Yay, Sandra. So then we have our Hierophant. Love this Hierophant. I like, in particular, the red bead bracelet. It just feels like a mystic. I think he's got a cross on his forehead, but where his third eye would be. But really beautiful Hierophant. The Lovers is one card that I'm kind of like meh over. And it's probably the only card in the deck. There's one card that repulses me, which we will come to. But the Lovers, I get what they're trying to achieve. You know, it's two people that are so embraced and so wrapped up. They're like spinning. You get this spinning motion around them. And it's kind of the idea of two becoming one. They're melding together. One twin flame, one soul, all that sort of stuff. But it's okay. Hi, Jonathan. That's one of my favorite coffee drinks. I love it. The Chariot, I love that. We just get a close up on one of the horses, and it's really sort of rearing up, and it's representing that there's things that come up on our journey that we have to look out for, but stay the course. Strength is beautiful. Strength comes in at 8. And it was interesting that we showed, what am I, the Royal We? It's interesting that I showed the soul cards the other night, and I said about my favorite card from Soul Cards 2. And this reminds me of that card. And this is one of my favorite hermits ever. I absolutely love that hermit card. If I could have that as an art print, then I would. It's just absolutely wonderful. Sitting there on the edge and just looking out. Oh, beautiful. If you do want to catch my attention, guys, while I'm showing cards, and if you pop it in caps or tag me, that would be great. The Wheel of Fortune. It's really interesting, isn't it? It's almost like a tattoo right in the center here around the heart chakra. This makes me a little bit squeamish because it's that kind of Sword of Damocles effect, but it's right over this eyeball up. Hi, Laurie. Nice to see you. And Ishi. And Barrett. And anybody else that's come in. We have the Hanged Man. And he looks very sort of content. Hanged Man. Let me pop open the chat as well to make sure I'm not missing Facebook. I say that every time, don't I? I go to banners, then I forget. So if there's people watching in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, hello. Nice to see you as well. Death. I love the Death card. Look at that. It really represents that death and decay. But I almost see it like, yes, that's what we become. But there's that two sort of separation of the human body that will remain. But, we go on. Temperance. Now, we all started talking about handsome devils, didn't we, the other day? And somebody even said about doing a tag about handsome devils. But this is my handsome devil. But what I like about this devil card is he literally could be your next door neighbor, But it's that sort of, the devil for me isn't somebody red with horns that lives in the earth stoking fires. We've all got the devil within us, We've all got that ability, and he's just the boy next door. Pull devil card. Devil card is my card for the day. Donna's like, oh, he is hot. Yeah, he is. Love this tower card. It's a tree being hit by lightning. Star is beautiful. We get this, somebody doing it's a bit like in the Good Journeys Tarot, where I thought it spelt the word Joe, but somebody kind of doing a space walk out there. There's the firmament and the beautiful stars all around. Moon is gorgeous. I like the fact that she's got that blue moonlight glow. The sun, I love. It reminds me of, what was that film with Cillian Murphy where they do Journey to the Sun? I can't remember what it's called now. Judgment. Love the world card. It's lovely to see somebody who's quite voluptuous. Gorgeous. So that's our majors. So many folks fear the tower. I actually like it. Yes, the world around you is falling apart, but when all is done, you can make a fresh start. Yeah, we talked about the tower because I'll probably come up again today now. The Fall is a card that keeps coming up when we pull the, I forgot what it was called then for a minute, the Moonlight Oracle, and it's taken from the Tower card. And we're talking about, you know, yes, you can rebuild, but make sure that when you do rebuild, you've got the firm foundations. I remember that one where you see his gentleman sausage. What? I remember that one where you see his gentleman sausage. But I don't think he goes to the sun. Oh, the film. Cillian Murphy, that is. No, he doesn't show his gentleman sausage in that film. But Cillian Murphy has been in some amazing films. I liked Breakfast on Pluto. Was it Breakfast on Pluto that he was in? Okay, anyway, our cups. And we've got the Ace of Cups. Reminds me of our Marcia drinking her tea from her bowl. The Two of Cups is beautiful. Look how the fingers are just interlocking. 28 days later. That's one that you're on about. I like this one for the Three of Cups. You get that real sense of unity and coming together. 4. Again, not being cognizant, perhaps. This is a nice take on the 5 of Cups. You know, the 5 that are downturned, but the drops are going into the greater. And the other 2 that are up with some water in are keeping afloat. She just needs to see them. 6, quite a traditional 7. Gentleman's sausage. That's going to stick with me. Did you say Breakfast on Pluto? I love that movie. Yeah, Regina. 8 of Cups. 9. 10 of Cups. I love that. That's around a fire. They're very different. Some like the 7 of Cups is quite RWS, and then some cards, you know, really make you do the work. We have our page. We have a female page, which I liked. Our knight. Some of our kings and queens as well in this deck are incredible. Look at these. Here's our Queen of Cups. And then look at this guy. I love the King of Cups in this deck. Look at him. Pouring from his jug into his little mug. Adorable. And then we have our wands. We have the Ace of Wands. 2. 3. Wands are a little bit pippish. 4. 5. You don't need me to say the number. You can clearly read at the bottom. Definitely indicative that she's on her way to what she wants, but still working towards her healing. I like the Hermit so far. Is that it, Betsy? The Hermit is one of my favourites. Don't just mean in the deck, but one of my favourite Hermit cards. And there's our 10 of Wands. And he really feels overloaded, doesn't he? You can get that sense. The Page. The Knight. Look at the helmet behind. I show up late, and Elemental Cartomancy is talking about Gentleman Sausage. Oh my, you should know. You should know, Gerald. Hi, Alex. Sorry I'm late. You don't have to apologise. It's good to see you. The Queen. We're looking at the Sasaribito Tarot, also known as the Sassy Burrito, for our deck of the day. Oh, you can tell it's written there. Ace of Swords. The 2. This is a little bit graphic for the 3 of Swords, but, you know, it does the job. I love the fact that she's just kind of looking down like, oh, okay. What shall I do about this? She doesn't seem that perplexed by it. Maybe it's a figment of her imagination. The 4 of Swords. This is very Freddy Krueger-ish. 6 of Swords, but she's keeping her head above water. She can still breathe. 7. I'm missing something. I can see people's responses, and then I can't always see what was said for the response that's given. 9 of Swords. 10. I love that. This is one of my favorite 10 of Swords as well, because they just feel like these swords have no substance at all. They're not solid. They're just like light, you know? And we may feel that we're down, but do you know what? These don't have any substance. Yeah, the sky's dark, but, you know, as we said before, the night is always darkest before the dawn. We can and we will overcome. Page. I love that the pages are all females. She's cut through that. It was a moth. That one was a moth. She sliced it. Queen. And now a king. So another sup of coffee. And then we'll go on to our final suit, which is the Pentacles. Isn't that a beautiful ace? Love the colours. The 2. That's how you know you're getting too many decks, when you can't keep track of them. 4. We have our 5. This is the one that I really don't like. Really don't like it. I know people are saying it's kind of like showing a connection between the two. But to me, it's like when you do that thing where you spit. And I can't not see that. And I'm trying to connect it to the 6 of Pentacles. Anyway, 7. I have a spare deck with with uneven borders, if anyone wants it, in the UK. Of the Sassurabito, Susie. Ew. Yeah, I know. Love that 8 of Pentacles. It's awkward. That card isn't really an image I want to work with. This is the card that made never want this deck. Yeah. Yeah, it is, Betsy. 10. Colours are beautiful. And the artwork, I love it. Whether, you know, it's anime or it's just really, really nice. Queen, beautiful queen, little hairs. And our king. Look at the colour of those hills. Oh, you're doing a live, Alex? Are you live tonight? Trying to look back now. Yeah, not long after Simon's actual, I'm doing the Tarot Collector tag and a VR to James, some of my favourite things. Is that tonight? I understand, Chris. Just come watch it back after your live. Oh, of course, yeah, because Chris has got a live tonight. Wow, an evening of lives tonight then. And I must catch at some point QuaranStream that Chris did last night. And then there's some others. I got to watch Elaine's walkthrough of the Good Journeys tarot. Simon, maybe look at it more like pendulum effect between the both of them. Yeah. But you know, it's that thing, isn't it? Once you see something, it's really hard to unsee it. Anyway, let's wrap up and have a card pull. Being as we're almost at the hour point already, let's take out the okay, let's see. It's a very niche deck, but lovely. Spaghetti, like Lady and the Tramp. Oh yeah, I could work with that. Okay, message for the next 24 hours. All right. Oh, we have the movement. The movement. So I guess the message for us now is firstly, work out what's important. And, you know, by taking stock, what's important, take some stock, set your intention, and then immediate action. That's what I always think about when I think about like the 8 of Wands. But yes, it's important to act swiftly, but don't just rush in. Isn't it funny that I talked about the Fool and, you know, kind of following your gut instinct and not living by conventional rules and just, you know, going for it? It's similar, but also for me, with having the movement, yes, it's important to act swiftly. But first of all, we have to take stock and work out what it is that we want to achieve, the direction that we want to go in. And then we don't overthink it. And that's where the swiftness comes. It's about taking immediate action once we've got it clear in our mind, what's important to us. So go, you know, don't overthink things. Once you know what it is you want to do, set your attention and go for it. Don't sit there thinking about, well, this could go wrong or that could go wrong. If things do go wrong, then we reevaluate. We press pause, Does it mean everything's failed and we've gone too quickly? We reevaluate, we readjust, and off we go again. So if anybody's stalling about things at the moment, then now is the time for action. But make sure that you've taken stock first and you know where it is that you want to go. All right, everyone, we're bang on the hour. It's been lovely to see you all today. Make sure that you continue to look after yourselves. I will be back tomorrow for the final QuaranStream of the week. And yeah, until then, I'll probably see you in the live chats later once I've got some dinner sorted, and I'm going to kind of get myself comfy and just relax tonight and just listen. So I might not chat much, but just know that I'm there. Until tomorrow, look after yourselves. Namaste and blessed be.